Hi guys, welcome. Dana here from the Magic Junk Drawer. And we're up to Manipura, the yellow chakra. It's the third one. This is your personal power and it's 2 inches above your belly button. It's a yellow energy circle wheel spinning very fast. And I feel like this one is super important because a lot of us, a lot of the time, give our personal power away. So what does that mean? How many times have you heard somebody say, I have to go to this party and I don't want to go, but I gotta go? There goes your personal power. You're doing something that you don't want to do. I am guilty of it, probably worse than anybody. But this is giving your personal power away. I mean, it's when they ask you to work overtime and you don't want to do it, but you feel like you have to. It's when, I don't know, you don't have money to do whatever, but you don't want to say no, or you can't say no. It's giving your personal power away. This is like the people pleaser. And me, I am a huge people pleaser. I will make myself absolutely miserable if I can make somebody else happy and not have to deal with feeling guilty. It's a terrible trait I have. I'm working on it. I'm not quite there yet. Anyway, so what can you do to stimulate the yellow chakra, to strengthen your personal power? One of the best things that I learned was strengthening my abs. And it was the kind of thing that I started doing Pilates first, and then I realized that it was affecting my personal power. I didn't even realize it at the time. Strengthen your abs, your core, your being, the core of your body. You strengthen it, you will become stronger. You will learn how to say no. You'll start to put your foot down. If you're like, there's no way I'm doing Pilates, I don't want to know of it, then what else can you do? Well, you can learn how to start to say no, but that's a lot easier said than done. So connect with the color yellow. Wear yellow. You can eat yellow foods. You can decorate your house with yellow objects, light yellow candles. Even if it's just for a couple of minutes, sit with a yellow candle. Yellow, Manipura, your personal power. And it's not a question of being selfish and putting yourself first. It's just take notice of how much of your life do you spend doing things that you don't want to do versus things that you do want to do. You know how like sometimes like people will say things like, oh, well, you know, you need to get a hobby. And it's like, what do I need to get a hobby for? I don't want a hobby. You go get a hobby. You know what I'm saying? It's like people think that they can tell you what to do, but they don't ever stop and look at themselves. I don't like telling people what to do. These are just suggestions. If you're like, hey, this idiot doesn't know what she's talking about, the yellow candle, I'm not going to do this. Don't do it. You know, this is just things that I've used that I felt have helped me. It doesn't make them right, but you spend your whole life doing things that other people want you to do, and then you look back and you're like, oh, you know, why? Why did I do that? How come I had to, whatever it is, work that weekend? Or, you know, like one great example I always think of, like all these jobs were like, how many times, like I was working for this company for like 15 years, and I would put in for a day off, and I wasn't, you know, I didn't have a high position in the company, and they'd be like, oh no, you can't have that day off because so-and-so took off. Well, if I can't have it off, then either I'm not making enough money because I'm that important, or I've got seniority, how come I don't get it off? But I would, oh, okay, all right, I'll come in, and at the end of the day, they let me go anyway. So who wins? You know, it's just, sometimes it's like, you know, I would have done better had I just shut my mouth and called in sick that day. But no, you try to do the right thing, and then that's what happens. But this is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you need to and I probably could have fought with them enough for them to give me the day off. But you don't want to make waves, and you don't want to cause trouble. So you shut your mouth and you do what you're told, and then what happens? Nobody remembers when they're, you know, kicking you out the door, and don't let the door slam you in the ass. So your personal power. You have more power than you think. And I see it a lot of times with people that have gotten into, I don't want to say a rut, but a routine. You know, they're working for the same company for all these years. You know, they live in the same situation. They don't want to cause friction. They don't want to stand up for themselves, and they're unhappy. And you know what? Life is too short to be unhappy, right? We're not here for that long. Better make the best of it. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.